Hello, gentlemen. I'm going to do a little commentary about the process of making Caine from the amazing digital circus. I know this is like the third video I made about this digital circus junk. I'm starting to feel like a clown myself, but I promise this is the last one, so let's just get it over with. If you're wondering why I'm using an Enderman as the base here, it's because this is an Optifine entity. This model is for a commissioner who makes separate animations. I have to use an Optifine entity so it's compatible with the method they use for these animations, so I have to use an existing Minecraft mob as a base for the bones. You'll notice I can add more bones, but I cannot modify or remove the current ones. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how this guy's head is going to work. Caine in the show has a lot of moving parts, so it's tricky to figure out what I should and shouldn't sacrifice here to still let the model look okay with the Enderman's current armature. Sadly, I won't be making any animations for this guy because, again, this model is going to be used for other animations I have no affiliation with. This Caine model is being made to go along with a Pomni model I did a little while back. I'll throw her up on screen now. If you want to see a speed model of that, I'll just let you down easy because I only recorded like 60% of the process, so that's not happening. Anyways, you'll notice I mess around with this guy's hat a lot. I never ended up being super proud of it, and I'm sure I could make more bones and make it look more exact, but no one asked me for laser precision here. I ended up giving him very voxely vents for his suit here. That's to match kind of what I did for Pomni's hat. Everyone say hi to Pomni again. I'm sure she likes being here. You'll notice her face is higher res than anywhere else. That was done by request of the commissioner. I'm not really one for mixels, as it's called. That's kind of a no-no on my end. Caine looks like a damn transformer with those big-ass arms, so let's make those a little narrower. Yeah, that's better. These legs are super basic, but I wanted to go for this kind of dangling feet look using voxels still. I could have made more bones, but I had enough as is, and Caine in the show, he's kind of looked more like he was standing on thin air rather than floating, so I just went for that basic heeled boot he has. This is one of the saddest parts of the model here, his eyes. I know they're really expressive and have a lot of movement in the show, but that just isn't something I can recreate with the limited armature that I have to deal with. At least he's able to move his jaw freely, so that's one good thing about it. At this time, I'm going to do some base coloring to get an understanding of what's going on here, and see if I can touch anything up. I give him a little turntable here, and I think he's in good shape for some serious texturing. Yes, I know Blockbench has a palette feature, but I'm old school and like putting the palette physically somewhere on the model. Usually I'll make a flat plane somewhere, but those teeth were just too flat and easy to use. For his coat, I used a big shade range here to make it seem more shiny and metallic. I did the same thing for the gold inside of the suit as well as the pants and hat later down the line. Knowing what type of white to go for is sometimes hard. I use this blue shade of white to make the gloves seem under good lighting and clean. And then I use the Pomni model as reference for making the hands, because making hands with just a cube can sometimes be tricky. Here is where I make a mistake with white. I go under a yellowish orangey white and it makes Caine look like he really badly needs some veneers. I quickly correct this to the clean blue shaded white I used earlier on the gloves. This also shrinks the palette, which on a mascot character like Caine is a really good thing. When drawing teeth, it's usually good not to separate each tooth, or else the character might get a little scary looking. But as Caine is sort of meant to be a little intimidating, and his huge jaws are a prominent feature, I think it would be a sin for me to do anything else. And on to the worst part about texturing, in my opinion: big flat planes with big flat colors. It's annoying and it's hard to make look right, and it makes me sad. I have a bit of trouble here with all these pieces clipping together. This can be fixed by just setting clipping pieces to having a different inflation value, typically by 1/100th or something around there. I work inside the texture file a little bit here to copy around some of the UV mapping. This is kind of funny. Watch me struggle so hard here to get the teeth and mouth parts to invert on the y-axis. I just gave up. You'll get them next time, champ. On with final details then. The eyes and the tongue. Whatever, this is nothing new to you by now. I did have some trouble with the hat, but that's nothing to write home about. It does its job. Now let's go ahead and get started with a render. I kind of had this idea for Caine picking up Pomni, dragging her around, because that's kind of what it is in the show. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to it. But as Caine is sort of meant to be a whimsical, upbeat character in a situation that's not so whimsical, I wanted to try to be able to convey that. Again, there's not a huge amount of thought being played into here, so I'll just let it play out. You're gonna notice that I create some bones willy-nilly and don't name them properly. I would never do this if this was supposed to be some sort of final product that would be shipped out to anyone, but this is just for this video, so don't pay it too much mind, alright? That looks good, so let's throw this sucker into Sketchfab. This one's pretty basic. I knew I wanted a light facing towards the direction both characters were heading, to make it seem like something's wonderful and fantastical over there. Or, I don't know, man. Just, you know. There we go. There it is. There's the model. Sick and tired of doing this digital circus thing, I swear.